Well, first up this evening, the latest into the investigations in the blast at the Red Fort. A strong message from the Home Minister, who has said that the punishment given to the perpetrators in the Delhi blast will send a message to the world that India will not tolerate any such attack. This comes on a day when investigations into the arrested doctors from the Falah University and the blast has been intense. According to investigators, the alleged module of doctors planned 32 car bombs. So it was not just a one-off strike. They were planning a coordinated strike on the 6th of December, for the 6th of December, on the anniversary of the Babri Masjid demolition. A fourth car has now been traced and found at the Falah University, which allegedly was used by the suspects. In fact, the university campus has been a focus for the investigators, who believe that inside the university, the building number 17, which housed room number 13, which belonged to one of the accused doctors, Dr. Muzammil, was where the accused doctors met and planned the conspiracy. This is all as per sources from the intelligence agencies who are probing this case. The doctors pooled in 26 lakh rupees in cash and collected and handed over to Umar, who was, remember, the suspected suicide bomber who set that blast at outside the Red Fort metro station. Faculty members allegedly acquired chemicals from the lab, transported it to Dodge and Taga. Police have sealed room number 13. Meanwhile, the Falah University's accreditation is also under question, and reports suggest that the NAAC has issued a show-cause notice for displaying false credentials. While we try to get you the reactions that will come in, joining me now is Tejshri Purandre from the Falah University and Tanushka Datta from the Red Fort. Tanushka, tell us what you're picking up from the investigators at the moment. Obviously, there have been multiple bits of information that's coming out in the media in terms of what they suspect could have been a much, much larger plot.
Precisely, yes, as you were also just mentioning right now, that this was planned as a revenge attack for the Babri Masjid demolition. Remember that December 6 marks its anniversary, and that these white-collar terror module, at this point, the Jaish module that was operating right here for a couple of years outside of Falah University, was planning to carry out this sort of an attack, coordinated attack on different high-profile and densely populated areas of the Delhi NCR region on December 6th. And these 4 cars that have now been identified, so they were planning to carry this out from within these 4 cars at different spots. What we also know is that the government has ordered a forensic audit into the Falah University's financial track records, and even the Enforcement Directorate and other financial investigative agencies will now be tracking the money trail of Falah University. Because we have been given to understand that the managing trustee and the founder of Falah University, Javed Ahmed Siddiqui, has been involved in cases of cheating, forging of documents, and such fraudulent activities of funding as well. There's a scam or a fraud of rupees 7.5 crores that this Javed Ahmed Siddiqui has been involved in with respect to the Falah University, as in forging documents and getting all of this funding in the name of the university and then transferring it onto his own personal account. What we also know is that the accreditation body of the country, NAAC, has let out a show cause notice to the university, telling them to submit a report and records of how have they been advertising themselves as NAAC accredited university for the past couple of years, which is misleading when it has no NAAC accreditation in the last couple of years. The National Medical Commission has also let out a word. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, Tanushka, to interrupt you. I just wanted to ask that there is one aspect of it, which is the financial investigation. Obviously, after this kind of an incident, the university will come under extraordinary amount of scanning from the authorities. But are they linking it in any way to the module that's been busted, or is that a separate investigation which they've perhaps not tied the knots as yet between this module that's been funded? Was this operating independently without the knowledge of the authorities? What are investigators telling you on that count?
Well, on this, the fact that this module, the terror aspect and from the blast aspect, it's of course with respect to the National Investigative Agency, the case lies with them at this point, and the financial aspects of this university running, these links exactly have not been tied together, but there is a major question that Dr. Shaheen, Dr. Muzammil, even Dr. Umar Mohammed, how were they also getting their funding for especially these explosives that they had with them? There are, reports of them taking ammonium nitrate from the labs, but is that, enough quantity to be taken from the labs? So this is, of course, a big question. I spoke to the legal advisor of Falah University today as well. Of course, he's denying these claims of financial fraud on part of the university or the founder. But this is definitive question that how is it that these doctors were working out of the university as well, living there as well for the past a couple of years, and where were they getting the money from to go about with their business to plan such a terror module?
Question that you're raising there, let me take that question, Tanushka, to Tejshri Purandre, who joins us from the Falah University. What are you hearing, Tejshri? Because on the one hand, it's about a module of doctors. On the other hand, it's also about the university itself becoming sort of embroiled in what seems to be an extremely sinister terror plot against the country overall. What are you hearing from the others in the university? What kind of response do we expect from the university? Do they believe that they have been lax in terms of screening before appointing those who have now been found to be suspects in this enormous conspiracy?
Well, you see, university has become the epicenter of this entire plan, number one. Number two, if we talk about that what is happening within the university, then continuously the FSL team, the BDS team, the Haryana police along with the Delhi police is inside over here because of the Brezza car that belongs to Dr. Shaheen is still inside, and that car that car now is completely under investigation because that car Dr. Shaheen used to drove from her residence from her apartment to this particular university. Number three, if we talk about, then room number 13 is the main room, the main room in this entire university, this hospital, where the plan was hatched. And in fact, we also decoded the entire day that how this plan was entirely hatched in that particular room. Number four, if we talk about that how the doctors were recruited over here, because talking from Dr. Muzammil to Omar to Shaheen, and then also from Dr. Nisarul Hassan, and NDTV was the first channel to broke the details about how a doctor who had already in fact suspended in a case that had a links with terror, and he was suspended in Jammu and Kashmir by the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, Mr. Manoj Sinha, and after that still he was recruited over here. On what basis he was recruited, and why the university did not do a background check of all these professors of all these doctors who were brought in over here? Where are the background checks? Where are the documents? On what basis they were recruited? And apart from that, now the main point over here is that the financial transactions of the university is also under scanner. The reason being now because, if we talk about the founder of the university, Mr. Javed Siddiqui is also under scanner because in the year 2000, a case was filed against him for the financial fraud of worth rupees 7.5 crores. That definitely is not a small amount. And this is not just the only university that he owns or the hospital. There are 9 other companies that are being run by him. Now, what are these companies all about? Where does the fundings of these companies come from? And also, in fact, remember that there are only few companies that are active till 2019 as per the financial records that NDTV has accessed. So where were they after 2019? Are there any shell companies as well? All these things will be under investigation.
Oh, absolutely. There will be multiple lines of investigation, but the point here is that there is one track of investigation which is into the financial irregularities and the NAAC irregularities as far as the university itself is concerned. The other is the terror investigation. How these two links would be very crucial to look out for. Thanks very much there, Tejshri. We'll keep a close watch on those investigations. Let's now shift focus to the domestic political exchange over terror in India. Former Union Home Minister P. Chidambaram's remark pointing to a quote-unquote discreet silence from the centre on the threat of homegrown terror in a post on X has had sharp reactions from the BJP. P. Chidambaram took to X on Wednesday and flagged his concern over the rise in quote-unquote homegrown terror and said, and I quote, "There are two kinds of terrorists, foreign-trained infiltrated terrorists and homegrown terrorists." He said that he had mentioned this even in Parliament after the Pahalgam attack happened this year, but was mocked, quote-unquote, for the same. The BJP has accused the Congress of giving soft support and cover fire to the terrorists, and that the Congress has once again chosen vote bank over national interest. But the Congress chief, Mallikarjun Kharge, has categorically called for a full central probe. He said the Congress would raise the matter in the upcoming winter session of Parliament. The political face-off intense. Let's listen in to the reactions from New Delhi to Karnataka on this face-off.
चिदंबरम जो ट्वीट किए हैं ये तो सीधा सीधी आतंकवादियों का समर्थन किया। कभी कभी इन सुरक्षा कर्मियों की भी तारीफ किया करे जिसने इतने बड़े हादसे को बचा लिया। अगर देश के अंदर किसी ने आतंकवाद को जन्म दिया, तुष्टीकरण किया, ये नेहरू से लेकर के मनमोहन सिंह की सरकार तक कांग्रेस ने देश को बर्बाद करने का काम किया है। कभी कभी देश हित की बात किया करे।
पश्चिम एशिया में जैसे अफगानिस्तान है और आसपास के देशों में इस तरह की गतिविधियां होने लगी हैं, तो अब इसका ग्लोबल इफेक्ट है। होता क्या है कि अखबार के माध्यम से, सोशल मीडिया के माध्यम से, आने जाने से तो ये एक प्रभावित तो कर ही रही है। तो पहले लोकलाइज हुआ करता था, अब रीजनल ही नहीं बल्कि ग्लोबल हो रहा है इन चीजों का। तो इंटरलिंक्ड है, होमग्रोन है, तो उसका प्रभाव तो कहीं न कहीं से आता है ना भाई।
कार ब्लास्ट जो होना था, हादसा जो हुआ है, नहीं होना चाहिए था। हमको आश्चर्य क्या है, ये बम ब्लास्ट जो हुआ है 10 तारीख को हुआ है, 11 तारीख को चुनाव है बिहार के अंदर। अभी आप भी देखे होंगे हमारा कड़ा माध्यम के अंदर वो लोग बोल रहे थे कुछ पॉलिटिकल है क्या करके। हमको भी ये सुनने को आ रहा है। ये दिल्ली कैपिटल में हुआ है। अमित शाह उसका जवाब देना चाहिए। इंटेलिजेंस फेलियर, IB फेलियर।
ಆ ಮೂರ್ಖ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದವರು ಕೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಪಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಬಂದಾಗಿನಿಂದ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಘಟನೆಗಳು ನಡೆದಿದ್ದಾವೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವಲೋಕನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಹಿರಿಯ ನಾಯಕರುಗಳು ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಲ ಕೈಗೆ ಬಳೆನ ಹಾಕೋಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಕ್ಷಣ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ. ಬಳೆ ಹಾಕೋದಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದವರು ಒಂದು ಬಳೆ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿನೇ ತೆರಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಬಾರಿ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಗ್ರಗಾಮಿ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಪ್ರಾಣವನ್ನು ತೆತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯೋಧರು ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರಾಣವನ್ನು ತೆತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಭಾರತೀಯರು ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರಾಣವನ್ನು ಕಳೆದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಹುಡುಗಾಟಿಕೆ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ದೇಶ ಒಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಒಂದಾಗಿ ಆಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ, ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಿಗೆ, ಗೃಹ ಸಚಿವರಿಗೆ ಬಲವನ್ನು ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕೇ ವಿನಃ ಈ ರೀತಿ ದೇಶದ್ರೋಹದ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅನ್ನೋ ಮಾತನ್ನು ನಾನು ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛಪಡ್ತೇನೆ.
Well, that political exchange may be loud, but there are multiple questions that need to be raised, both in terms of investigations and some serious issues as well. Joining me now this evening is Colonel Rohit Chaudhary of the Congress Party. Thanks very much for being here. Charu Pragya of the BJP. Thanks very much, Charu Pragya. And Thara Karta, former Director, National Security Council Secretariat. Thanks very much, ma'am, for joining us. My first question to you, Charu Pragya. The concern raised by the former Home Minister is a serious one. And the allegation is that the loud political rhetoric is clouding over a discreet silence, quote unquote, on the threat of homegrown terror. Is that correct?
Meera, good evening. I'm glad that the conscience of some of these opposition leaders seem to be waking up today. But isn't it convenient? The timing, the kind of statements they have been making in recent times, I mean, it is beyond implorable. And it breaks my heart to see how an incident which is making India bleed is making the Congress leaders more and more political. at a time when India suffers, the opposition in India finds it in their hearts to point fingers and, in a way, celebrate this suffering. And I'm saying this not because it's a vague statement, but because I'm going to back this up with data. If you look at the number of terror incidents our country has faced from 2004 to 2014, it's a mind-boggling number, 5,673 incidents in the entire country. Bomb blasts have rocked cities across the country, Pune to Varanasi to Lucknow to Assam, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Jaipur, Delhi, Mumbai, time and time again. And every single incident has claimed dozens of lives. And why does this happen? It's because when something good in our country happens, like in the last few years, all the terror modules that have been busted, all the RDX and explosives, etc., that has been seized by our authorities, is never applauded by this opposition. Never. I don't hear one word.
Is it not right to question intelligence failure as well? Just merely raising the question of intelligence failure or pointing to homegrown terror groups, which has not been the case since the IM was defunct and finished off in India. Isn't that a serious issue that needs to be debated beyond the political charges?
Yes, absolutely. But tell me, who is diluting the narrative of terror time and time again? Who is diluting it? Who is hiding behind the facade of illiteracy, poverty? They are poor, marginalized people. Who does that? Who calls them children? Who shields them time and time again?
Let me get Colonel Rohit Chaudhary to respond to that.
It's an entire cycle, Veera, which comes and terminates here, and it is making us question them. You want to talk about homegrown terror? Where has this terror come from? You have trivialized cross-border terrorism. You have trivialized every single relation and...
Let me get Colonel Rohit Chaudhary to respond to the comments that you made. Colonel Rohit Chaudhary, go ahead.
Look, there are two major issues. One is operational intelligence and security failure involved with this. And the second one is that after the incident has taken place, the investigation part. And we have to, first of all, go into the detail that even Delhi is not safe. Delhi NCR, where the responsibility of security lies directly with the Home Minister. And security in J&K lies directly with the Ministry of Home, Amit Shah. So how this terror module starting and originating from J&K has reached and spread its tentacles in and around Delhi NCR, it is very, very surprising. And how 2,900 to be precise, kg of ammonium nitrate explosive coming to Delhi NCR. And generally, as per our knowledge, from Gujarat to Darjeeling, there are 3-4 places from the Gujarat, Rajasthan, and from J&K, from Nepal. This explosives and all these things, they keep penetrating into our homeland. All these places are managed by double-engine government. Their security, their police network, intelligence network, everything belongs to BJP NDA. They have failed, utterly failed to restrict the flow of terror modules, the explosive material to Delhi NCR. That is the most,
okay, both of you have made your points. I just want to get Tara Karta in 1 minute, Charu Pragya. Let me get Tara Pragya in and I'll get you to respond.
Just 10 seconds.
Just give me 30 seconds.
Go ahead.
Just give me 30 seconds. Charu Pragya has raised a question that homegrown terrorists. We have been in J&K, we have seen the recruitment of terrorists. It has always been from a lower strata of people. They were never people belonging to elite class or literate professionals, doctors. It's a very, very surprising progress which has taken place. We have to go into all these things, but how it is happening.
Let me get, I know you will respond to it, Charu.
Give me 10 seconds, please.
Okay, just take 10 seconds because I need to get Tara Karta to weigh in on this. Go ahead, Charu Pragya, 10 seconds.
Colonel Chaudhary is wearing a veteran's uniform and I have utmost respect for that. But sir, tell me, why is RDX not being used in these explosions anymore? Why is it ammonium nitrate? It's because intelligence agencies are doing their job. The ammonium nitrate that you're quoting right now is a basic fertilizer also.
Okay.
So it's not like, it is some top secret ingredient. The fact is that you are able to talk about these 2,900 kilos because it was not an intelligence.
All right, you made your point. Let me get Tara Karta in. Tara Karta, how would you weigh this conversation? One is about the concern over homegrown terrors, and what one has been given to understand is that after the crackdown on the IM, and then there was categorical work done to ensure that there was de-radicalization, or at least thwarting radical elements from getting further in India. How would you see the concerns that have been raised beneath the politics of it and the political exchange of it?
Yeah, having served under both governments, no this thing here, but homegrown terrorism, definitely a worry. I mean, there is no two ways on that. This is, if it is, but I'm not at all sure this is entirely homegrown. We are waiting to see what more inputs have come in, what Jaish influence. In terms of radicalization, it is never homegrown, okay? There is a lot of things coming from outside in terms of the internet, in terms of messaging, in terms of imams being trained outside. So let's wait for the whole picture. Number two is that the whole Indian Mujahideen team, was during the Congress time. But the good part was following, the whole Kargil period. We had this whole intelligence reform which took place. And a lot of things happened. And I think the point she raises is valid. The fact that no RDX was used, that this was a locally done, we managed to sort of prevent this kind of things from coming in. And right now, what I like and I really value from my point of view is that the agencies have literally been working together, seamlessly. It is the JKP, then to the Haryana police, then to the UP police. They've all been working together, and the NIA with it. All this was raised recently. I have not seen this level of, what shall I say, coordination and intelligence sharing before. This is in action. The stuff which we put in over the years is finally bearing fruit. And part of that credit goes to Congress. Implementing it goes to BJP. That's a fact. But I will still say that this radicalization set is going to take very long to invest.
Right, that's an important point that you're raising there. Colonel Rohit Chaudhary, now let me get back to the politics. Given that we've made the points that we've made, is it fair to politically target the government at this stage, given that they seem to have had enormous and reasonable success in keeping foreign elements from being active inside India?
Look, we have to be very, very precise and careful about the security environment. The security system has to be 100 times 100% correct. It has to be 24/7. And the terrorists have to pass only once. As far as they have averted a big tragedy, I do not buy that story, because there is a huge intelligence operational failure, and there is a total lack of coordination among J&K police, Haryana police, and then Delhi police, and all these people. When this particular investigation was going on, Farida Police Commissioner comes online and he says that we have captured this much amount and we have captured these many people, and somebody is absconding. When somebody is absconding, he will do fire and shoot and scoot. This is how the terror modules they operate. They should not have divulged any kind of information to the media, in the media, because this has led to preempting attack.
All right.
Every life is precious. Every life is precious.
No, the point.
We have saved thousands or hundreds, but 30 lives, those who have been lost, they were also precious, and the government has to take full responsibility and accountability.
So
Home Minister has to resign. A parliament has to be called, and they have to be told that what all has happened.
Point taken. Charu Pragya.
You're saying wearing that.
Go ahead, Charu Pragya.
Please do not, Pragya ji, please do not point at my cap. It has been, please do not point at my cap. It has been granted to me by President of India and I have earned it. Please do not mention it again.
You're getting sensitive about it because you're not addressing the real issue here, sir.
No, I am very sensitive.
Charu Pragya, let's stick to the focus of the questions that's been raised, please. Go ahead.
That's exactly why certain things are hurting me, Veera.
Go
I
ahead.
take this personally, as every Indian will. Yasin Malik was shaking hands with the UPA Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, right?
No.
Courts in India opened at midnight for Yaqub Menon, another terrorist. Sonia Gandhi was crying tears for terrorists during Batla House encounter. This is the legacy of the Congress. This is the legacy that you're sitting here and defending, sir. Please open your eyes and face that. Today, our government does not tolerate any kind of terrorism, does not tolerate even terror sympathizers. The government will not, my party will not, and I, for one, will definitely
Colonel
not.
Roy Chaudhary, 10-second response, and I need to close this
all
debate.
these
10 seconds.
about being concerned about
I would like to state
heading and homegrown terror and whatnot.
We have just got done with Op Sindoor, and while the Op Sindoor was launched, your foreign minister, he was talking to
I don't think this is an issue that we need to speak over each other. In fact, I believe that this is an issue where we need to speak together. So I'm going to leave the politics of it. I'm so sorry, Dr. Tarakarta. Tarakarta, go ahead. I'll give you the last word.
Okay, I am sick and tired of hearing intelligence failure. I don't want to hear this anymore. There is no such thing. The number of intelligence successes we've had, none of them will point out. I mean, this is absolutely unfair.
All right.
This has been brilliant intelligence, and I don't want to hear this anymore.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for saying
Colonel,
that.
just make your final point, Rohit Chaudhary.
Okay. Say intelligence people and security people, if they are doing their job, it is their job. And if they fail and some incident takes place, they have to be accountable, they have to be responsible. This is how the army works. If anything happens like this, and many heads would roll in the defense, in Army, Air Force and Navy, but it has not happened in the paramilitary forces. This is not acceptable. Now, Charu Pragya has said that, talked about many people. When this Op Sindoor was on, your foreign minister, our foreign minister was talking to their counterpart.
No, I think we'll leave this
Our foreign minister was talking. Our foreign minister was talking.
10 seconds, quick response. Final.
We are coming, and please. We are coming, and our systems are coming, and you open up your electromagnetic system and welcome us. This does not happen. This does not happen. It is tragedy. It is hitting behind the back.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Colonel, but I think we need to end this conversation because I have some breaking news that's coming in. Thanks very much, Charu Pragya, Tarakarta, and Colonel, for joining us.